it's not all good news because of this. What we got here is an exploded view of a 32 mini hot rod. Thank you, voiceover. That is right. What we got here is all the bits of the mold to make a mini 32 hot rod. So now the main body is 7-piece mold, which is ridiculous. So I'm going to be changing that in the future. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I can make that into a 4-piece mold, which would be so much better. I'm going to be bolting all this lot together, and I'm going to be making a new body with the rolled edges, that mold modification I did in the last video, and see how it's going to turn out. And the body that's going to come out of here is going to my very first customer. This will be number 2, because I've got number 1 over there. You're not having it. Got the mold together. The new additions, they all line up pretty good. Like, you can't even see that joint in there. It's excellent. Can't say the same for the other joins, but that's okay. Nothing about Play-Doh can't fix. I'm planning on remaking this mold, hopefully into a 4-piece rather than a 7. That will get rid of a lot of these join lines. And I've since learned I've been laying these molds up too quickly, and that's why I'm getting the splits, inconsistencies in the join lines. So I've just got to take my time a bit more, 1, maybe 2 layers at a time, let that cure, then the next few layers, and try and keep the heat down. That's what's caused, there's an issue here. I've sort of fixed it by forcing it into place. This was the very first piece I made, and it's super thick. You can see how thick it is. And it's that thick the whole way through. And I laid that up 10 minutes. So all that heat reacted with the gel and made it shrink slightly. And that's why I've got all this Play-Doh in here to compensate. I'm going to be laying up this big time lapse like I've done before. Look at that. Pain in the ass. Now I'm going to get it up before it dries. And to do that, use acetone. Look at that, straight off. Fog up my screen, oh man. Sugar. Yeah, I'm gonna have to replace this screen again. But not now, I've got too much work to do, so I'll be able to see through that still. There it is. Crocrodz buddy number 2 for my first customer. I'm excited about that, let me tell you. This one turned out way better than that one over there. That one's full of air bubbles, needs heaps of repairs, but that's my one, and I can do that myself. This one has got minimal repairs, like, you know, 3 or 4 spots maybe. There's one there, must have been a little air bubble. A little bit there on the new edition, but still needs a lot of sanding. Is it sort of wrinkled on me a little bit? I'm not entirely sure why, but it's easy to fix. That one over there, all this part came off because there was a big air bubble in there. No air bubbles in there, no air bubbles up here. There's a few bits where the gel coat's sort of light. It's extremely difficult to get gel in there in the mold. All around here is beautiful. There's one little chip here, and that's it. The grill came out perfect, whereas the other car, all this area was all like shrunken and sunk in. I'm not sure how that happens, but it's not all good news because of this. You're looking at this going, oh, that's horrible. This is all fixable easily. I can have that fixed up in about 20 minutes. The real issue is up here. You see that? It's supposed to look like this. Nice, like flat as in curved, but not that. It's hard to get a good angle on this, but it's all sunken in. It's full of ripples, and it covers a good, you know, good area of the boot lid. So I'm gonna hang this one up on the wall of shame and just make a new one, just like that. This one's still got the PVA on it, that's why it's blue. This one doesn't. This one came out perfect, absolutely perfect, which is always a good thing. But before I could mount this to the customer's body, I'm going to remake the hinges because I'm not too happy with them. On my car over here, I've taken the hinges off, but yeah, the boot lid off, but I've had to cut this lip off and thin it right down. It's hard to see, just so it won't hit the body. And I've had this issue with the previous hinges that I made, as well as these ones, which is just a beefier looking version. So the hinges up in there, I had to do the same thing, as well as the hinges up in there. I've always had to trim off the back of the boot lid, and I don't want to do that. So in a future video, I'll be making some, I think it's like 28 to 31 style boot hinges, where it's like a pin that comes out here, goes into the body, and it, instead of going up over the body, it's going to go sort of into the body. And I also thought about making it go that way, like a rumble seat, but that'd just be annoying. And there is the customer's car. Got the windscreen cut out of it. I've been over this thing with a fine-tooth comb, finding any and all air bubbles, air pockets, chips, pinholes, you name it, and I've filled them all. The gel coat and the fiberglass are polyester based. This is a polyester filler, so it works perfect for fiberglass. And I found quite a few air pockets, even large ones that I didn't think I had. All the ones that I showed you when I first popped this out of the mold. Big long chain of air bubbles along down there. More air bubbles. I've been over this thing, probably spent 7 or 8 hours poking at it, sanding on it, trying to find all these air bubbles, and I'm pretty sure I've got at least 98% of them, because I can't send this, I can't in good conscience send this out to a customer, they get it painted by someone, and then they go and stick their finger through an air pocket and break the gel coat and the paint job. I just can't do it. So I'm gonna be going over all these bodies before they go out the door to make sure that that doesn't happen. Right, apart from fitting the boot lid, I need to fit a dash panel. This is the dash panel I made a few videos back to suit my car over there. But this car has the new roll edges on it, and it comes in a bit, so that space is narrower. So this dash panel, it doesn't fit in there anymore. So I'm gonna have to make a new one, which is fine, because I don't like the way this protrudes. So, in the next video, I'm making a new dash panel to fit this car. Thanks for watching.